Hi, welcome to SPR Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. It's week 13 in the NFL. This is our very popular spot that we do with professional handicapper Doug Upstone. We get his top 3 value plays in the NFL each week. Doug Upstone, thanks for being back with us. How'd you do last week?
Peter, happy to be back once again. And yes, another winning week with the value plays. I think that's at least 2 or 3 in a row that we've had here. So just continue, but want to get back to that 3-0 week like we had earlier this season.
All right, that sounds great. You definitely have a track record of improving as the NFL season wears on late in the season. So what's your first value play for NFL week 13 for us, Doug?
My first value play, Peter, is on Chicago against San Francisco. Now, the 49ers were actually pretty impressive last week in almost knocking off Arizona, but I think this week's going to be a lot tougher for them. The 49ers have yet to win on the road this year. They're 0-5 straight up, and they're losing by 21 points a game. Now, Chicago, as it turns out, is better, far better, in fact, than anyone imagined at this point. With a victory, they'd actually be 6-6 on the season, and their confidence really, Peter, has to be soaring off their big upset at Green Bay. Now, here at Sportsbook Review this season, quite a bit I've talked about how John Fox has really impacted the Bears in a positive way. And he took their defense, which was not very good last year, and even though they don't have a lot of top-level talent, he's done a lot and made them very cohesive as a group. And he's also the first coach in Jay Cutler's career that has been able to harness his talent in more positive ways. Now, when I look at this game, I think that the Bears are in a strong position at -7, and at -7, and they're 6-0 against the spread off 2 exact unders, and I think they're going to win this game by 13 points.
All right, well, the Bears have been killing it at ATS recently. I'm still feeling my way out as far as the spread's concerned. I'm thinking about maybe a shot with the under at 43 or 43.5. Interesting play there, Doug Upstone. What's your second value play for NFL Week 13?
My second value play is on Denver this week, and what I like about them is, Brock Osweiler is still going through the growing pains of becoming an NFL quarterback, but he was obviously paying quite a bit of attention and following what he could learn from Peyton Manning. Now, he seems to be completely under control, hasn't in any cases been rattled. Now, he's certainly been helped by having the top defense in the NFL, and it seems to be more than a coincidence, even though I can't put my finger on it exactly. In the 2 games that he's been the starting quarterback, the running game has averaged 5.1 yards per carry compared to 3.9 when Manning was the quarterback. Now, going into this game, San Diego ended their 6-game losing streak last week. But when you look at this game, there's nothing to resemble a comeback like Houston or Kansas City has put together because their defense ranks 30th in points allowed. When I look at this game, I see -4, I think is a good number on Denver, and they're 9-0 against the spread on the AFC West road, and they'll do it once again.
Yeah, I'm in general pretty high on Denver with Osweiler at quarterback. I like them against the Pats. I have heard some opinions, though, that the Chargers might be a good play as a home dog this week. Some sharp opinions, but it goes both ways. The Chargers obviously have Phillip Rivers and not much else, so that's another tough game this week. I can see why you like Denver. I'm not sure what I think about it. Doug Upstone, what's your third play for NFL Week 13 for us?
My third play, I'm going to stay in the AFC West. I'm going to go with Kansas City to beat Oakland yet again. Now, going back to the 1960s, there was nothing that was more delightful to Kansas City fans, players, or coaches than beating Oakland. Now, in terms of the organization, it's always been known as Raiders Week. Now, even though Al Davis has passed on and the Raiders haven't been very good for quite a while, this is still a big deal. I think Andy Reid deserves a lot of credit for keeping this team together because when they lost that 5 in a row, he didn't let them sink, and they kept playing, and then they started winning. Now, to look at this, the thing that really impresses me with them losing Jamal Charles is they have not given up on the run. And during this 5-0 straight up and against the spread streak, they have averaged at least 30 rush attempts per game. Now, take that against what Oakland is, who is 0-5 and 1-4 against the spread against teams that rush the ball 29 or more times a game. With Kansas City 15-8 straight up and 16-7 against the spread against the Raiders at their place, I think Kansas City -3 is an excellent value play.
Doug Upstone, I previewed this game with Troy West from allplayswin.com. I got into a huge fight with him on camera. I said I loved Oakland. He said he loved Kansas City. So this is now the second strong opinion that I respect going against one of my favorite plays that I liked on the opening lines. I thought that KC's recent run of ATS covers came against sort of like iffy competition or teams in sort of down spots, and I thought that they shouldn't be a road favorite here, but that's now 2 people now liking KC. I don't know what to think. Maybe you and Troy are right. Interesting calls this week. Doug Upstone, thanks so much. We'll talk to you again next week.